your spirit, grab your gray hymnal on your way up, and turn to number 354, We Laugh, We Cry. We'll sing 3 verses.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I am Sara Pickett, your homilist today. Barbara Seven-Bowes is your celebrant, and Marcia Christensen is your cantor, and it is going to have special music to fill our hearts with love. What a wonderful choice you made today to come here to UUCS and to online as well, and spend a little time away from the busyness of your lives, the demands, the sorrows that can consume your attention. Welcome. Welcome to those here in person and to those tuning in online And so let's give a sweet welcome to those by turning to camera 2 and giving a wave and a big smile. Hello. Glad you're here. Whether you are here for solace, for some socializing, for sharing your joy in life, you have noticed, you are all welcome. It is good to pause once in a while and notice all that is around you and that all is going on within you, and just acknowledge what is. Joys and sorrows will come and go. Neither stays forever. And that's okay. And it's good to greet them when they come into your lives and let them go when it's time for them to leave, for they shall return. Today, we are going to be looking at how the season of summer can affect us, especially when the days and nights are warmer. We tend to slow down a little and become more, well, Zen-like. The way of Zen is to do one thing at a time. Do things slowly and mindfully. Connect deeply with people and with nature. Meditate frequently. Appreciate silence. Expect nothing and be grateful for everything. Observe without judgment. Consume less. Create more. Let go of fears and desires. Listen to understand, not to respond. Be patient and generous. Love deeply. Live simply. So welcome to this little pause in your life, and after service, we hope that you join us for some refreshments and socializing in the fellowship hall.
We laugh, we cry, we live, we die. We dance, we sing our song. We need to feel there's something here to which we can belong. Such simple words and so powerful. I think they sum up pretty well what UUs are about. Thank you, Shelley Jackson Denham, for the lyrics and music of today's gathering hymn, and so many others. We have additional words to describe what the community of UUCS is about, what we aspire to. The affirmation can be especially helpful for newcomers. If you are a longtime member, how do your daily activities and thoughts mesh with the affirmation? Let's say it aloud together. You'll find the words in your order of service. Love is our doctrine. Compassion is our way. Here we seek to create a joyful home for free religious exploration. Build a community of caring fellowship. Nurture the hopes and serve the needs of our world.
So I'm going to sing a song called Nothing More. There is a lot more to the service. But what I would invite you to, some people sitting out there, I know at least the refrain. I love when people sing with me, especially if you know what you're doing. When you catch the refrain, you'll hear it several times. Please join me in singing it, and I'll probably sing it a couple times at the end. But I'm going to start with a verse, which is not helpful, but you'll catch the refrain. To be humble, to be kind. It is the giving of the peace in your mind. To a stranger, to a friend. To give in such a way that has no end. Here comes your part. We are love. We are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace. We are war. each other and nothing more. To be bold, to be brave, it is a thinking that the heart can still be saved, and the darkness can come quick. The danger's in the anger, and in hanging on to it. We are love, we are one, we are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace, we are war, we are how we treat each other and nothing more. Tell me what it is that you see, a world that's full of endless possibilities, and heroes don't look like they used to, they look like you do. We are love, we are one, we are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace, we are war, we are how we treat each other and nothing more. We are how we treat each other and nothing more. We are how we treat each other.
Thank you, Marcia, and everyone. Each week, we light 3 chalices. The first is for this congregation, the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Salem. We light our second chalice for our partner church in Šimanfalva, Transylvania, Romania, where a group of us will be visiting at the end of September. And we light our third chalice for our children and youth in religious education and around the world. These flames represent many things to many people, including the light of reason, the warmth of community, and the flame of hope. Please, let us sing the flame into life. The words are in the order of service.
Rise up, O flame, by thy light glowing, show to us beauty, vision, and joy.
The Gift of Presence by Spirit of the Hippie, Mary Ann Byron. Just be present and let everything be. Stop pushing against the moment. Stop resisting what already is. You don't need to fix it, change it, judge it, or escape from it. Let go of the striving, the grasping, the tightening around how life should be. There is peace in your softness, a deeper stillness in surrender. Let what comes, come. Let what goes, go. Stand as the witness, aware, open, untouched at your core. Even if the mind races, even if emotions swell, you can remain here in this space of allowing. No pushing, no pulling, just presence. The breath flows in, the breath flows out. Life moves, and you remain still within it. This is not giving up. This is waking up to the quiet intelligence moving through all things. You don't have to hold the world up. You only have to let go. In surrender, there is freedom. In stillness, clarity. In simply being, you return home.
Good morning. I'm Ariane Kirkpatrick, and I am your Lifelines Lay Ministry representative this morning. We have two sorrows and a remembering joy. The first sorrow is from Mel Franklin. We had to humanely euthanize our cat we had for 15 years last Sunday. He was the ripe old age of 18, and every day has been brutal without him. Please hug your animals tightly. And the second was written in our book this morning. It says, separated from wife, trying to get home to her, living again, both want to be together. Living apart, both want to be together. There wasn't a name, so I'm not quite sure who wrote it, but it's a sentiment for us all to send some positive energy. And the joy comes from Ed Kramer, who wants to again share that he's proud to announce that his first granddaughter was born on July 23rd in Tacoma, Washington. She weighed 7 pounds, 4 ounces, measured 19.5 inches. Her name is Sage Heather DeRuiter, and his daughter Carolyn and her husband Keith are doing fine and are incredibly happy, but so is he. So, congratulations to Ed. The Lifelines Lay Ministry team are members of the congregation who are here to help anyone and everyone through any circumstance. We are available at our table in Fellowship Hall after the service, and you can also find information about how to contact us on the back of the order of service. And today we have Compassionate Connection, which means if you would like a little extra support this month for some issues that have happened for you and your family, please come to the front, and then once we've got enough folks gathered, we'll head back to a private space and talk about any issues. Thank you so much for being here and for all your kindness. Oh, I almost forgot. We need to light one more candle. That candle is for all the joys and sorrows that may be held in our hearts, that are left unspoken, but that we recognize. Thank you.
So this is where we sing our heart song. Please pull out you don't have to stand, but the turquoise hymnal, and it's number 1059. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing awake the night and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing away the night and softly serenade the stars, ever dancing circles in the night. One more time. May your life be as a song, resounding with the dawn, to sing away the light and softly
Summer. The word evokes joy, adventure, and the potential for carefree days. Whether as a student with a long summer vacation to fill, or a worker with only a few days off, I experience an opening up to the long, light-filled days and skin-warm weather. I am invited to go and witness the exquisite unfolding of flower and fruit, the melody and call of birds raising their nestlings, the slow drama, silent drama of grasses turning from verdant green to stalks topped with dancing seed heads to their final tan gold dormancy. There is always something to do during the summer months, but unlike the rest of the year, where activity feels tightly scheduled and coordinated in a busyness that is often dictated by others, summertime flows and ripples like a gentle brook and beckons me to follow my bliss, even in the midst of obligations. The garden, for instance, patiently awaits a helping hand. I spend hours weeding, pruning, deadheading flowers, picking the best for bouquets, harvesting figs, sharing them with neighbors, including and especially my little dog, who adores them. At some point, near the end of the day, it's time to sit under the generous shade of a tree, and there I take in the blue sky, feel the warm air against my bare arms and legs, note the sweat on my brow under my hat. Ah, and there against the sky climbs the unmistakable silhouette of a hummingbird. As the sun descends, I sense more than see a flitting shadow near my head. It's the little brown bat who has awakened from its slumber inside the recessed porch light to commence its nightly hunt for insects. As the sky dims, the tree crickets begin to sing. And there it is, the sudden realization, the feeling that summer has enfolded me in its arms, thanking me for participating in the magic of light and life. In return, I whisper my gratitude. As I gaze into the darkening sky, the dim glow of the first star reminds me of my important but truly minuscule footstep in the dance of the universe. I rise, go inside and make supper. Sleep will come, and tomorrow will be another day of wonder.
I just had the most restful, rejuvenating week. It started socially, busy, cleaning the house, going to Saturday market, visiting with friends, going to the coast, lunch, movies, and then there were a couple of cancellations. Not a big deal. We can get together later. But it did cause a pause, and then another pause. At first, these were filled with jigsaw puzzles, reading, DVDs, and then a longer pause. And suddenly, I didn't know quite what to do. It was a weird feeling, and one I couldn't quite figure out. I've always agreed with Virginia Woolf and the idea of 3 days alone being like perfect pearls. And yet, I wasn't able to relax and experience that fully. What was wrong? Was I longing for connections? For business to get done? for a sense of accomplishment? The next day, I again had moments of feeling the need to be both productive and quiet at the same time. I got my mind and body focused by doing an hour-long yoga session where I didn't have to think, just follow, nurturing my body, and then I sat for a 20-minute meditation. That may be long or that may be short to you. All I know is I came out of it, I was truly calm within myself and very present in the moment with no cravings for anything. Images in the room seemed sharper, and the sense of time had vanished. It was truly Kairos time, time of a significance of the moment. In Greek philosophy, Chronos and Kairos represent two distinct concepts of time. Chronos refers to quantitative, sequential, or chronological time, like the time measured by clocks and calendars. Kairos, on the other hand, signifies qualitative, opportune, or decisive moments, a right or critical time for action. Essentially, Chronos is about the duration of time, while Kairos is about the significance or suitability of a particular moment. So often in the U.S. culture, there's the idea that one has to be productive and ever striving for improvement on all levels of life. Work, family, friends, even leisure to a certain extent. This leaves rest as an afterthought, a luxury for holidays or vacations possibly, or a necessity when you are sick. The constant push can increase stress and affect both physical and mental wellness and the ability to continue effectively at the rate at which many of us find ourselves living on a daily basis. I remember one time, many years ago now, I was visiting New York City with a friend. We were going to be there for the summer, 6 weeks of it. The energy and the aliveness of the city was breathtaking and mesmerizing. I mean, it felt like the city never slept. In fact, if you did sleep, you felt guilty for doing so. It was summer, hot, humid, and if the apartment we were staying in had air conditioning, it was definitely window air conditioning. The memory of the smell of overcooked broccoli in that apartment lingers still, as does the incredible taste of pizza on practically every street corner. Unfortunately, I got a bad cold, and after a week of being cured by my hostess through endless hot rum toddies, it was decided that I would go upstate to visit my godparents, who were renting a country home with acreage and a lovely pond amongst the trees. The quiet of their place was exactly what I needed. I slowly relaxed, slept late, and spent a good deal of time by the pond. They had a dog that I would take for long walks, and somehow the day would quickly pass, and yet, what had I done? Absolutely nothing. I returned to the city, rested and renewed and ready to take on the rest of the summer had to offer. Yet what has stayed with me from that trip are the long days by the pond. The idea of a day of rest is not new, and calling it by a name like the Sabbath is to give significance and meaning to pausing from the busyness of the world and reconnect with God and enjoy life in general. And yet, this can be hard to squeeze in even on a weekly basis, especially when there is all the planning that has to occur ahead of time so that there can be a pause. And so, for many families these days, the idea of a true Sabbath, a day of rest and possibly a time for reconnecting with God or a sense of awe about the universe and our connectedness to everything, gets lost or postponed to special times instead of being part of everyday life. Not only do authors such as Virginia Woolf find renewal in quiet solitude, but spiritual leaders throughout history have been documented as going off by themselves during times of personal struggle as well as in preparation for action. And they have returned renewed and often with new insights. We may not have a Bodhi tree or a garden or a mountain to retreat to, but we do have nature and can create quiet spaces to pause and rest. Going back to the idea of different types of time, summer seems to bring out the need to experience kairos time, significant moments in life. It seems that all our senses are alive and engaged. Blue skies and colorful flowers, and then the golden fields of hay. The smells of barbecue, mowed grass, the feel of water from a dip in the pool or lake, the sounds of birds and kids playing, outdoor musical concerts, the taste of ice cream, though important throughout the entire year, holds a special spot during those hot summer months. Vacations get planned and as much significance is crammed into a week or two, going here, going there. But what about the time spent lying on the hammock, feeling the gentle, warm breeze on your skin, or watching the last rays of light as they melt into the ocean and the stars start to show themselves? Sometimes the full lived experience gets lost through the bong of a clock, whether there is an actual clock striking, which is hard to hear these days, or the bing of a text message, or your internal clock reminding you of all the things on your to-do list. The boredom in summer, especially during the dog days of hot, humid weather, that we may have experienced in childhood may actually have been more vital to our well-being than we realized at the time. Things such as sleeping late, wandering around the house with nothing to do, taking the bike over and hanging out by the pool, picking berries from the yard, reading a book all afternoon. These weren't just doing nothing. They were giving our minds and bodies a rest, a moment of being without having to do or solve anything. And with that break, sometimes new wisdom for a solution we didn't even know we needed would emerge. Farmers all over the world know the field that has rested increases productivity the following season. Yet sometimes as adults we forget about the seemingly carefree time and rest that summer brought during our childhood. Unfortunately, in all life, there are moments of struggle and hurt, times when we have to endure something and just keep going. So the carefree feeling of rest and relaxation may become a distant memory or seem like a fantasy. The struggle of life becomes a habit, and with it, the draining energy of constant worry and constant doing takes over to the point that it becomes difficult to be any different. The experience of rest cannot be allowed to occur because we start worrying about how stressed we are. Just as the body heals with physical rest, the mind and soul can heal when given the chance to rest and explore the world anew through our senses. How many of us like to go to the coast or the mountains or sit out in our backyard and enjoy just being there? And how many solutions to problems have suddenly been found when we are focused on something else? Something that seems at the time trivial. John O'Donohue, in his book Beauty, The Invisible Embrace, talks about an inner voice within us. Somewhere in every heart, there is a discerning voice. It advises distance and opens up a new perspective through which the concealed meaning of a situation might emerge. This voice is an inner whisper, not obvious or known to others outside. It receives little attention, yet so much depends on that small voice. The truth of its whisper marks the line between honor and egoism, kindness and chaos. That small voice whispers from somewhere beyond and encourages the heart to hold out for dignity, respect, beauty, and love. We need to take the time to care for that small voice, whether it be weekly, for a period of days, or even daily for a few minutes. In the movie The Life of Chuck, the moral at the end of the story is that we are all waiting, essentially, to die. Reaction to that idea might be, well, I'm not going to just wait. I'm going to do stuff. I'm going to live. But if you go back a little further in the movie, you hear and you notice that everyone we meet, every experience we have, gets connected in the galaxy that is our minds and gets shown as our lives. There is not a set formula that needs to be done to complete our lives. If we are all waiting, we might as well take the opportunities as they present themselves and enjoy them all. Or, at the very least, let them be experienced. Even the tough ones, and even the seemingly quiet ones. When only the problems of life get focused on, more problems seem to appear. But when there is space for quiet and at times solitude, possibilities start to show themselves, and suddenly there is an abundance of opportunities. It's okay to normalize silence. It's okay to walk without your phone or to sit under a tree with your thoughts for a while. Dance when you have the chance. Sing when you hear the birds. And lie under the apple tree watching the clouds drift by on a hot summer afternoon. All of this is your life. So experience it. And sometimes the experience might be lying on a beach, thinking, and then pretty soon you realize you've stopped thinking, and that's okay. It's okay just to be in the moment. Watch the sun falling on the sunflowers and just experience the peace that comes from feeling at one with life as it unfolds before us, allowing us to be connected with that small voice inside. It may transform us more than we consciously realize. Now, a poem from Becky Helmsley. Don't do anything, just rest. Don't fall into the trap of believing that doing nothing means doing nothing for yourself. We've been conditioned to believe that not being productive is somehow a failure, that if it doesn't have a visible outcome, it doesn't count, that rest is wasted time. We've become so used to being busy, to checking off boxes, to tracking our progress, to measuring worth and outcome, that we've forgotten something essential. Rest is productive. It's the moment your body heals, your mind exhales, your soul whispers. Reading a magazine, taking a long shower, sitting in the garden with a warm cup of coffee. None of it is a waste. Because time spent resting is time well spent. We are not machines. We are not meant to hustle 24/7. We are human beings. And sometimes we just need to be.
Thank you, Sara. We support UUCS through time, projects, connections, sitting with each other, just being, and in this moment, financial offerings. These offerings will be shared with this month's Share the Plate recipient, Planned Parenthood, the largest reproductive care nonprofit in the region. We also support the Marion Polk Food Share with non-perishable food donations, and your donations can be placed in the little red wagon coming forward now. Our hosts will pass the offering bag to you, and please give as generously as you can, either cash or check out, or a check made out to UUCS. And for those who are online, click on Donate. Your generosity is one way to show your love for this community.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed days, the dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do?
And that was wonderful. Thank you, Marcia. Okay, next Sunday, we have Effects and Consequences. Ariane Kirkpatrick, who was up here earlier, she also is a homilist, will be talking about causes and effects. There is freedom that comes with awareness, because with it comes the opportunity to make a choice. And news of the community, if you are not, how many of you do not currently get the newsletter online? There's one. You don't get it online. Do you get it in the mail? Oh, well, now that's a choice that you maybe have made, but maybe we can address that. But most everybody else has. It's not hard. You can even call the office. Just pick up your phone and dial it and say, I want to be on the newsletter mailing list. And that will have all of the events, or most of the events, for the coming month. And then there's also a weekly blast, which will tell you what's coming up to remind you. Okay, so that's it for announcements, and we are going to close with the lighting of our social justice lantern, which Sara will do by transferring the light of our chalice to the social justice lantern. And as she said earlier, when only the problems of life get focused on, more problems seem to appear. So when you are making good trouble, remember that Sara also said, dance when you have the chance. Sing when you hear the birds. As Sara releases the flames of the chalices, imagine that the light of reason, the warmth of community, and the flame of hope is embodied in us all.
To See the World, the William Blake poem set to a Norwegian folk song. Please rise, embody your spirit, grab your gray hymnal as you stand, and turn to number 398. To see the world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wildflower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Let's do it one more time. To see the world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wildflower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour.
Please stay standing. And before we say the closing words, which are in the OOS, if you don't know them, I want to remind you that to please join us in the fellowship hall for conversation, refreshments after the service. And now, as you already have done, it seems, take a hand or two, and let's say together, may faith in the spirit of life, hope for the community of earth, and love for the sacred in one another be ours now and in all the days to come. Amen. It's amazing how similar. I think that you had all the words. You didn't have a hummingbird. Somewhere in your homily, you had almost all of the words that I had in mind. In the concept, you had like the end of the day and the star. And when you called me. You were looking at
Yes,
it. I know.
yes, I noticed that. Yes,
Yeah.
we
Wisconsin.